Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Tatang. Today we from group 3, we'll like to present our presentations about the paper review, the QFD applications in the hospitality industry, a hotel study case. My name is Joseph Felix, and we have Muhammad Iban and the last Sapirajang Putri. If you don't understand something what we presented, we can discuss it in the discussion forum after my presentation. Next, please. Okay, first of all, in this paper, we can see that what is the QFD, quality functions of deployments. It's a methodology for capturing and translating the voice of the customers. Like we can call it in this paper is POC, into engineering characteristics of products of service. For the features of the product and service, the QFD itself establishes effective development goals. In product development, the QFD approach has been extensively applied and documented. And we can see the purpose of this paper is give the outline and explanations about the QFD itself and illustrate the mechanisms of the QFD process using a hotel case. In this paper, they use the hotel case study. Next, please. Sorry, next. Okay. This is the literature review. The paper gives several literature reviews, as we can see, regarding the discussions about the QFD applications and its implementations on hotel industry. One of them is the definitions of QFD process according to, in this paper, they take the example from the Chan and Wu, which refers to the process that focuses on quality management and products development methodology that was used originally for tangible product. But this idea also are applicable to the service of itself. Okay, next, sorry. Okay. In this, the method of the phase, we have 3 phases in this, the methodology in this, which is phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3. We will explain one by one each phase. But if you don't understand or need to answer, we can discuss it again later on in our discussion. The first is the serve costs. There's tangibles, reliability, empathy, insurance, responsiveness, and the others. The reliability is, according to this paper, is ability to perform the promised hotel services dependably and accurately. The responsiveness is the willingness to serve the hotel customers in providing from service. Assurance is knowledge and posture of the hotel's staff and their ability to inspire true and confidence in their guests. And the last one is empathy, is caring and individualized attentions that the hotel must pay to its guests. Okay, next one we can see. Sorry, next. Okay. This is the table 2, but we discuss it. Next, please. We will discuss with the next slide, the table 2. Okay. There's some used by this paper, some like the phase in the phase 1. We divided the paper divided into the 10 cases, the 9 and 10 cases. The first one is relative. As we can see, the author itself is note that the QFD can support the process from problems identifications to design specifications. In dealing with discussion requirements, the recommends that designs apply an athletic hierarchy process, as we know that's AHP, to determine the ratio, scales, weights for importance ratings and requirements. Therefore, a structured AHP questionnaires using modified serve clause, like we talked before, items was developed which enable to guests to make pairwise comparisons between the customers' requirements. And the next is what? The second part is we can see the analyzing the customer requirements, or we, as now the paper tells us what. According to the budget and hotel leaders from these papers, perspective and strategies, the levels of desired performance goals and sales points were assigned in the performance goals column of table 2. As we can see before, can you back to the table 2? Like In table 2, the hotel leaders determines the levels of customers' performance to target for its customer needs. Setting performance goals is crucial strategic steps in the QFD. As shown in table 2, as we can see. Sorry if I first of all I cannot split the table into two, so you can only guys you can see, but I will explain it. There is a difference between the importance assigned by the customer and the importance assigned after analyzing the different criteria in the matrix. For examples, in the examples that the paper give is hotel equipment is always functioning, hotel services are provided as promises, and hotel as comfortable beds, furnitures, and fittings. And there are voices rated the highest in the importance by the customers. Can you back to the next slide, please? Thank you. The next one is customer competitive. The customer competitive evaluations can identify opportunities for improvements and evaluate performance and competitiveness. The guests were asked, for example, the guests were asked in this method, the guests were asked to assess the same hotel chains in Istanbul, Turkey, and Dubai in comparisons with their 5-star hotel performance in this case. And next one is in this, after that, the stage is the services characteristics are developed. The key questions in this step is how is measurable sense. The hotel would be able to deliver the required services to its guests. For a production firm, it is easier to define the technical requirements. It's more easy to define these technical requirements based on the company operational or managerial resource allocations plans. Okay, the next one, sorry. We can see that there's difference between importance assigned to customers for the importance assigned after analyzing the criteria in the matrix. As we can see in the phase 2 itself, the paper is not so much doing the phase 2. They only told us that the method is used qualitative research using the house of quality of developed process controls characters by matrix. The first aspect is the convenience of making calls followed by the voice clarity. For example, the voice clarity of if we're making calls in room to room or others. For rep, when delivering clothes. So this space is more this paper is aimed more about the hotel case, what we feel if we do in the 5 stars hotel. Next, please. Sorry. In phase 3, after they're following the first and the second case, we can see that the results is measurable service process characteristics. Is the last part is to develop action plans for the hotel. So after they do what survey, the hotel managers need to develop their action plans for the hotels. In this phase 3, in which these action plans are developed, it's called like action plan matrix in paper. This phase linked to the service process is element to the service quality of controls parameters that needed to be monitored to ensure customer satisfaction. And then the entire action plans, also the action plans that been developed for each of the critical process characteristics that are identified in phase 2. With finalizations in these action plans matrix, all action plans will be measured to allow maintaining control of critical service characteristics and consideration attaining customer satisfaction goals. Okay, next, I think next will be our conclusions and group suggestions. As we can see, this paper aims to contribute in the development of and implementations of 3-phase actions plan based on the QFD for a hotel in studies. Unique features of the proposed methodology is the implements of serve walls, like I already explained before, structure for identifying the key customer requirements for a hotel guest. This paper also gives the results that the quality improvement projects could indeed benefit from the QFD methodology to relate customer need to the internal procedures or actions of the organizations to gravity and access customers, where we can see, like, for example, the special modifications are needed for serve walls to be understood and used in the hotel industry applications, as like the outdoors things that the serve walls need some modifications or pencocokan if they want to use in this kind of hotel industry case, where the research in this paper has succeeded in getting customer wishes by using 8HP method constructor questionnaire. In this paper, we can also see some of the obstacle faced by the authors implementing the implementations of QFD itself on their real existing problems of the when the authors create the action plans and assign measurables units and as you can see, the quantifiable scales to the futures of the service process. But the author of this paper finally there is he or she wrote one part of conclusions that their statements that in reality hotels deal with operators, visitors, as you know, like tourists, business travels, and political guests. But due to the fact that these cases only conducted with the 5-star hotels, it cannot be applied to the entire hotel business. Okay, that's our presentations. And if we want to ask, just go ask, and thank you.